All right, hi everybody. We're doing a little video here at the MisFIT Life Nation. I'm Nicole Wasik-Ware, and over here is Nikki Kowalski, and down here is Meredith Johnson, and we're kind of your leaders of the group. And we wanted to create kind of a series of videos of how to get started with coaching, since we have a few more people that are interested in actively working the business a little bit now. So I'm just going to introduce the idea of getting started as a brand new coach, just a couple little tips, and kind of where we all start. And I think the most important thing that you can remember when you're starting to think about coaching or bringing on people as participants or as coaches as well is to remember why you said yes to the coach you said yes to. What was it inside of you in the conversation you had that led you to start your journey? And what was your why when you started it? And what has kept you involved? Those are all the things that are the most important when you're moving forward to inspire other people. And it's kind of that thing that we all have to go back to and revisit as we move forward too, because it's very easy to get caught up in the rigmarole of tasky things and to kind of revisit that idea of why am I doing this and why am I still so passionate about this. Go back to that every now and then. I even suggest that you write it out, just as a reminder for you. Keep a notebook and go back and revisit those words every now and then. So I'm going to refer to the Beachbody, the Team Beachbody website here in just a couple of minutes, because that's where I'm really starting all this information from. You know, I've been a coach for, I've been on my journey for 3 years. So I've been a coach for about 2.5 of that. And I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out what it is that it takes to be a leader. And that's hard to accept sometimes. We don't always think of ourselves in leadership positions, but we're a diamond team. We're working on moving up in rank, and it's important to me to learn more so that I can teach all of you guys more. So that's the purpose of that. So inside the teambeachbody.com website is a great series of videos and information of things that you can do on your own, but we are here to guide you as well. But this is just kind of the first step. So always stay connected to your why, and that evolves too, but stay connected to that. The other thing that I would say is part of staying connected to your why is being a product of the product, always. And this is where we dip into what Beachbody has called the 3 vital behaviors, which is now the 4 vital behaviors, and I'll get to that in just a second. But the most important one, I think, is being a product of the product. You're doing a workout program, you're following a program, and you're communicating about that. You're sharing that with people. They're starting to notice something in you. Start sharing that and talking about it. Drink your Shakeology every day. Share some of those recipes. Be brave enough to kind of start talking about that stuff out loud. And if you think you can, start sharing it on social media. That is one of the hardest things for most people to start doing. And I understand totally. It's really uncomfortable at first. And my first public post was actually an accident. But I got such great feedback and such great support from it that I'm so grateful that I did it, because it really opened the door for a freedom for me, and it opened the door for me to be able to inspire all of you. And that wouldn't have happened if that little mistake wouldn't have happened. So, you know, start sharing what you're doing. Be honest about it. And you don't have to tell them everything and all the details about it. Just start to share a little bit. Start connecting with the people that you know that are in your general circle that are starting to support you or ask you questions, or, you know, just give you some comments here and there. So once they see that you're sticking with it, they're going to ask you a question. They're going to doubt it at first, and then they're just going to kind of watch to see what happens. And then they're going to start asking you questions. It almost always happens around that like 3 to 4 month point of anybody's journey. So, so that's the part that leads into the next vital behavior, which is what they call invite, invite, invite. I call connect, connect, connect. It's about building relationships. It's about building communication and talking to people in a more secure way. You know, just be comfortable with what you're saying and be comfortable with what you're doing and be proud of what you're doing. So yeah, so number one is be a product of the product. Number two, invite, invite, invite. And number three is the most underutilized vital behavior, which is personal development. Starting out with 10 minutes a day if you can do it, or condense that, you know, do it all in one day if you want to, but that's, you know, working on stuff in the back office, doing some of those videos or looking at some of the charts or learning about the different programs. It's, you know, starting to put some of that stuff out there, learning more about Shakeology and its benefits, reading a book that might influence you a little bit, some self-help or personal development books, or some, you know, starting out business books. And we can make great suggestions if you're interested in a book. One of our favorites is You Are a Badass, which totally fits in with our MisFIT Life Nation kind of thought process. So if you want to start somewhere to really build yourself up and be ready for this journey, read You Are a Badass or listen to it. I'm not much of a reader, but I listen to things. And the other thing that you can do, which was the first thing I did as personal development, was I started listening to the Beachbody National Wake Up Call. Sorry, I have a dog whining at me right now. The National Wake Up Call happens every Monday morning, and it is 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So for those of us in Indy, that's 11 a.m. our time. And it's live, and it's usually interviews and tips and kind of the background of some of the top coaches. And they share such valuable information in there that we get to hear every week. And they're so open and honest about it. They share the systems that they use, the things that they do on a daily basis. And it really does boil down to some of the simplest things that you just do day in and day out that can help you be successful in this business. So the best way how I started listening to the National Wake Up Call is you could send a text message, and the number for that is 96000, and you text the words Coach Call to it. And then it will send you a text message every Monday morning, 15 minutes before the National Wake Up Call starts. Or you can listen to the playback via phone, and that's 1-832-225-5065. And when I post this video, I'll just copy and paste the National Wake Up Call information from the back office, so it's there for everybody as a reference. And then I actually listen to it on the Team Beachbody podcast. I listen to it on my way to and on my way home from work every Tuesday. So whatever played, originally on Monday morning, I listen to it on Tuesday. And there's just little reinforcements that I hear every now and then, or little bits and pieces of things that I can start implementing or learning and start teaching. And so it's just a really good way to do some personal development and business development. So if you're not sure where to start with the National Wake Up Call. And the fourth vital behavior, which was recently added, is about recognizing success and recognizing effort. So they now call it recognize, recognize, recognize. And so this is really big about when you have participants that you are really spending time one-on-one, teaching them, guiding them, and recognizing all of their little successes along the way of the journey. That helps people stay involved. That's what helps all of us stay involved, is celebrating those small successes on this journey all the way through. So to sum all of that ramble up, it's invite, 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 be a product of the product, personal development, which is something we're working on to get better at, and recognize. So that's where we really start. And once you're doing these things, and a couple of these things you're already doing, you're at least a product of the product already, otherwise you wouldn't be here, then you just start talking and sharing a little bit. So that's the second vital behavior. And this is what it takes to be successful. This is what it takes to inspire and make changes. So I want to show you where you can find a little bit more information. This is just about getting started into like the coach basics. So I'm going to show you in the back office where you can find kind of the next step and where I got this information from. This is how I started. Can you see my screen? Yes? Okay. Okay, so in the back office, this is beachbodycoach.com. You sign in with your user information, and you go to your main page, and then you see this little area right here says news and training. You go to training, and it has a breakdown here, and it shows you getting started. If you're just a beginning level coach, you go to coach right after getting started, and then you can work your way up through rank advancements. And it goes all the way up to 5 to 15 star diamond. And then it talks about the leadership ladder, which is things we will talk a little bit more about later on. But if you go into this getting started area, it has a couple little tips right here. And that every section has this. It has do this, know this, learn how. Okay. So I'm going to click here, and here's the breakdown. Here's all the PDFs, and there's great videos here. How to navigate the coach online office, which seems impossible sometimes, but it's a great video to watch. TeamBeachbody.com and all of the information that's there for you and resources. And then how to set up your profile and websites. And this is a reminder that this is why you pay a business fee. This online office, all of these resources, all of this information, this is why you pay a fee every month, because it is all provided for you. It is at your fingertips. And you have 3 websites, actually. I only use the one, Beachbody Coach website. You also have a Shakeology website and a Refresh website. So set up your coach website. So make that like your thing that you do. And it walks you through the things to fill in. So, focus on these 4 vital behaviors to get started. Maybe look at some of this stuff back here, watch these videos, and get your website set up. And then check in with your upline coach and let them know that you did that stuff and what other questions or maybe what you could move on to. So I just wanted to show you that stuff so you could see it. And I think that's really it. Meredith, Nikki, do you have anything that we could add right now? You think that's good for getting started? Thumbs up if you think we're good. Oh, Meredith is doing something. Okay.
Sorry, you froze up and all your words were like Darth Vader for a second. So I didn't hear what you said.
Well, that goes along with my Star Wars love, no, doesn't it? Okay, good.
I think you're good.
Okay, good. I think it's a good place to start for all of our coaches then. So, okay, great. Well, thanks for watching. And like I said, definitely send a message to your coach and let them know what you've done and a question about what you could do next, because we want to know how we can best support you and help you move along with this learning process. So, okay, thanks again.